Oh, also, how do you get a Pikachu on a bus? You Pokemon. It's 7:10 in the morning. The library doesn't open until 7:30. This really kind person let me in, and I was just kind of like hanging out in the vestibule reading. And she was like, "Would you like to come in?" And I was like, "Yes, I would love to." I apologize for my mess up last week. This video had better not cut off. I don't know what happened last week, but I was not a fan of it. Recap: I pulled an ace. You thought I forfeited. I didn't. I just was slow to the draw. So we will be having a war soon. So this is very hard for me to do because I'm very aware that I'm in public doing this video. And so I thought I would talk about etiquette because I feel like I'm being very rude, even though there's no one around. Like, I don't know if you can just, there's no one. It's me, because you're not supposed to be in here except for employees, but hopefully they don't come over and like, we'll talk about etiquette with regard to books because that's what I know. I find that when I read in public, sometimes I sit on the stoop outside at work and read on my break, my 10-minute break. Is what else are you going to do? I'm not going to be able to eat anything in 10 minutes without choking and dying. So I read. You can bust out like a chapter if the chapters are small enough. What I find is that if I don't sit on the stoop, or even if I do sit on the stoop and people come out, if it's warm enough, people will come over and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Oh, hi. Like, how are you?" Back to my book. Also, if you say, "Hi, how are you?" the response is, "Good, how are you?" It's never, "Oh, my goodness, my foot hurts." Like, you don't just answer really. If I cared, I would ask you really, "How are you doing?" But if I just say, "Hi, how are you?" I don't really want to know. Follow the social protocol, please. What I don't like is when people go, "Hi, how are you? What are you reading?" And I show them. And then either A, they give me crap. They're like, "Oh, that seems weird." And I'm like, "Well, you know what? It's a book. Have you read a book recently that wasn't a magazine? Because that doesn't count." But then they'll like be like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then proceed to tell me about their life. And I'm like, "But like, do you not understand? I'm reading. This is like the same thing as me being on the phone. I'm having a conversation with somebody, just somebody who's in print and not a 3D person." But you know what I mean? Like, characters are talking to you. The story is being told. Do not continue to speak with me if I'm reading. Like, I don't understand how it's hard for people. And then like people at work that I think I'm like the biggest piece of crap ever because I just shut down. Just leave me alone so I can read my book. What are you confused about? I don't get it. I just don't understand. Please, somebody in the world, tell me why it seems to be acceptable to continue to speak with people while they're reading. I don't get it. The other thing that I want to mention in terms of etiquette, do not mess with other people's books. Just don't do it. Like, be kind. Because you never know when you're going to find someone like me who's like very attached to books. It's like having a kid. They're better than kids. I one time had somebody, I was at the Harry Potter movie 6 midnight premiere, and I brought book 7 with me because I had been rereading the series, as you always do, I would assume, when a new movie comes out. I had the book in my bag, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to the bathroom." Went to the bathroom, came back, and my friend, who like apparently couldn't handle herself after 10 p.m. because she got too overtired, thought it'd be really funny to take movie popcorn covered in butter and stuff it into my bag with my 7th Harry Potter book. For those of you out there who don't understand, you cannot replace a Harry Potter book you got at midnight. That book will always be the book that you have. I will never replace my 7th Harry Potter hardcover. It just can't happen because I got that at midnight. That is a moment of my life. That is like a milestone. And it's covered in movie butter. Needless to say, I don't speak with this person very much anymore. Not for that reason. I'm not that crazy, but like, come on. Also, dog earing. I love it. That's how I mark my books. I dog ear. I have no shame. Do not dog ear someone's book unless they ask you to or tell you to. And even then, make sure they're really sure, because sometimes people just say like, "Oh yeah, no big deal," and then they're like, "Wait, what's dog earing?" And you're like, "But you just told me I could do it, and now you're mad at me. I don't get it." Life lesson: if I'm reading, don't talk to me. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. That's why I'm reading. Well, that's not true. Part of it is though. Anyway, are you kidding me? We have